What's up everyone, ReggieTECH here, and I hope you all are doing well, and thank you all for joining in today. If this is your first time joining into my channel, and if throughout this video you like what you see, go ahead and consider subscribing to my channel and smashing that like button down below. Today I have something new and a little bit interesting that I'm going to be doing today. Have you guys ever purchased anything from an ad you've seen on Instagram? Well, I have maybe made two purchases or three purchases, I think. One was for some skincare things, another one was for a really cool Iron Man Christmas sweater, and this last one was for a bit set. I haven't opened up the package yet, and I wanted to do this with you guys. So this package came straight from Shenzhen, China. And that's a bit of a surprise to me because when I saw this on Instagram, they advertised it that it was made in the USA. And they also said that it would be an 8 to 12 day process and ship time for that, for the items to be delivered. So that was completely off. When I got this package, it was actually a month after I placed the order for it. And if I can find some images or some videos of that advertisement or from the product's page, if I took any screenshots, because now it's completely gone. But I will share that with you guys. Maybe just drop it in at any point in this video while I'm talking. But I wanted to open it up with you all to see what we get. It's going to be interesting. I don't know, maybe I can do more of these Instagram buys and see where it goes. See if we get anything cool, anything worth a while. Or, if whatever they advertise is actually not what they're selling. So without further ado, you guys, let's go ahead and get into this little packet. Alrighty, you guys, so here we are. Here's the package once again. That's where it was shipped from, Shenzhen, China, which is completely different than what I saw on the advertisement on Instagram. It said this was made and sold in the USA, so that's maybe just a little different if you see what I'm saying here. But anyways, this is a bit set. It's one of those magnetic drill sets where, the screw gets held onto that magnetic plate that's on the drill bit itself. So that while you're driving in screws, you won't have the problem with having to hold the screw while drilling or the screw just falling off of that drill bit. One reason that I bought this was because it said that it has an extremely strong magnet that holds that screw in place, and that from the video that I saw in the advertisement, it shows that this can actually hold up quite a bit of weight. So we will be testing that out. But here we go. There's nothing much to this packaging. Let's go ahead and open this up and we'll see what we get. Alrighty, and that's it for the package. And here are the items themselves. This actually doesn't look too bad. It looks exactly how it looked in the advertisement, which is nice. When I was feeling around that baggie before, it felt like there was only maybe 2 or 3, but I did order the 5-pack with the different colors there. So let's open this up. We'll check out how these look. All right, and here are all 5 of those drill bits that I ordered. I'm actually a little surprised at how they look. They actually really do look and feel kind of nice. They're a little light, but we'll see how they perform. We'll drive in a couple screws into some 2x4s, and we'll see how they hold up, as well as see the strength of these magnets that they advertise to be extremely strong. But yeah, they have a nice shank to them. It's has some slots here, has some ribs here, and different points. They don't advertise this to be impact ready, and it kind of does not feel impact ready. It's a little light and the metal feels kind of cheap. But we can test these out with an impact driver and see if it'll break or if it'll stand up to that test. But I think these are mainly for drill drivers and, just to drive screws in. It does have a nice little Phillips head. These are supposed to be Phillips head number 2 driver bits, and that's seated really nicely into that magnet so that only the little tip here will actually go into the screw, and it'll hold it in place really nicely. As you guys can see, that magnet's right there, has a little plastic shell over here, and then the rest of it is, well, it feels like very cheap metal. It doesn't feel like a normal drill bit that I would use. But, you know, let's test it out and let's see how it works and if it stands up. So first thing first, before working with any kind of tool or any power tool, is safety first. I'm going to go ahead and put on my gloves as well as a pair of safety goggles just so that I can protect my eyes and my hands. And the driver and the impact driver that I'm going to be using to test these out are the Makita Subcompact series. So I have my subcompact drill right here. That's the XFD11. And then I have my subcompact impact driver, which is the XDT15. And we're going to be driving these into a couple pieces of 2x4. I have one little scrap piece here, and then I have another scrap piece here. So we'll be driving some screws in there. The screws that I'll be using is these self-tapping screws. It's the number 8, 2 3/8 inch screws, as well as the 1 1/4 screws. So let's go ahead and get started, and we'll see what the magnetic strength is like on these bits. So we're going to start off with this 1 1/4 inch screw. It actually has a pretty decent hold on there. Let's see if it can hold up this piece of wood once it's screwed into it. Oh, well, it has no problems holding it up, but it does drop it soon after. Let's see. Yeah, actually this magnet is not as advertised in that advertisement. They were showing someone actually holding up a couple pieces of 2x4 with just screws. And this magnet obviously cannot even hold up this one piece of 2x4, no matter how slow I rise it up there. So let's go ahead and try this out with the impact driver. Let's see how it fits. Alright, so that's in. It fits really snug, actually. And then we will drive it in. This one actually has a much better magnetism to it. Didn't really drop off as soon as it went in there, which is kind of nice. Maybe the magnetism on all these bits are a little different. Yeah, this one's that one's pretty weak. This one is like there's no magnetism to it at all. That sucks. Next one up is the red one. Alright, this red one, it actually feels like it has a very, very strong magnet on it. Let's pop it onto the drill driver and see, or onto the impact driver. Yeah, okay, so out of the 5 bits, the red one is the only one that is actually has a quite strong magnet on there to it. Yeah, I'm shaking it around, and yeah, it takes a little while to fall off. But as soon as I tried out this red one, I could tell that it was a strong magnet on there. That's it. Let's see if the red one can actually hold up this the 2 2x4s connected together. Let's try that out. Alrighty, so I'm going to be using those 2 3/8 screws to connect these 2 2x4s. Alright, so yeah, it definitely can't hold that up. See this green one? Ah, well, The green one actually held it up for a little bit, and it has completely lost all magnetism it had. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really know what else to do at this point. I was kind of excited for these to come, and now that they came, it's a huge disappointment. Let's see. Yeah, there is absolutely no magnetism anymore to these bits, or none that can pick something up. I guess that these bits, they would be just good to yeah, they would be just good to drive screws in, so you don't have to worry about them falling off when you put them onto the bit, and it could be a one-handed action at that point. But as I'm looking at this yellow one closer, I don't know if you guys can see that. There we go. That magnet's not even connecting to that screw head right there. Let's see if any of them do. Maybe that's the issue. Alright, so on the blue one, it's connecting much better on this one than it did on the others. Yeah, but it just has very, very weak magnets on these things, and you know, on the Instagram advertisement it looked really cool, but now that I have them in hand, I mean, the bits themselves, they look kind of cool. Kind of like the look on them. I like that they have those colored tips. Gives it some personality, but all these bits have is just personality. The magnetic power on them is strong when it's connected to the bit like this, but you know, seeing what they were advertising it as on Instagram definitely does not have that magnetic strength. It's strong enough to hold the bit in place, so when you're driving it into the wall, or if you're driving it into whatever you're driving these screws into, the bit will hold it in place, so it's a one-handed action, you know, like this. So you don't have to worry about using a non-magnetic drill bit or having another one of those bigger, you know, magnets that you slide onto the drill bit and use it like that. But it works fine. And it also didn't crack the drill bit. I guess more testing would be required to see if these bits would crack under pressure from this impact driver, or from an impact driver in general. But didn't break under pressure. I don't know. They're good for holding screws for one-handed driving, you know, procedures and stuff like that. When you're driving screws into drywall, or if you're just hanging up a picture or something just to put a screw in the wall. These are great, you know, because the magnet will do just that. It'll hold the screw. But for the strength of the magnets themselves, they're not very strong at all. Alrighty, you guys. So that's pretty much it for this video. These are the bits once again. I did order that 5-pack, and the bits themselves look cool. They feel nice. They're a bit light. Doesn't feel like they're really made out of strong metal. The ad was deceiving. It said they were made in the US, and that was the first thing. And then they also showed that these bits could hold up quite some weight, and they definitely can't. So it's kind of a disappointment, but it's good to see, you know, what comes out of these advertisements from Instagram, or from what these companies advertise on Instagram. Other than that, this is pretty much it. They're nice bits. I'd say I would just use them to drive screws into the wall, which is the purpose of them. The only reason I was testing how strong the magnets are is because the advertisement said that they were super strong to where they can hold up, you know, quite some weight. I don't remember exactly how much weight they said. This was about a month and a half ago that I did see them and place the order for them, and that video is long gone at this point. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe you guys have seen that same advertisement and you guys have been interested in it. Maybe you placed the order for it as well. It took a long time to come. You know what? That's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you liked it, go ahead and smash that like button down below. If you're new to my channel, if this is the first time you're viewing any video that I've ever made, consider subscribing to my channel if you like what you see here today, and be sure that there's going to be more content like this coming. Alright, you guys, so all in all, I hope you all stay well, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you next time.